Wondering if an S corporation is the right solution for your business? Well, the answer may not be quite as simple as you would think. Hey there, my name is Linda. I'm a CPA who's been helping entrepreneurs navigate the world of taxes for decades now, and I'm excited to share some of this information with you. Now, I get asked this question all the time. When is it the right time for me to make the conversion to an S corporation? And I will say there's not a one-size-fits-all. It's not right for everybody. Some of my clients I've said yes, the timing is right, and others I've said no, I don't think you should be an S corporation. So I want to break that down a little bit. The first thing that I will say is that you want to make sure the tax savings that you're going to find is greater than the expense of administration fees that are associated with an S corporation. When you are an S corporation, I highly encourage that you have a bookkeeper. Have your books set up so that you can have both an income statement and a balance sheet prepared when it comes tax time. The other part is that you need to be running payroll. So you've now got payroll tax returns that are due every quarter. And for most of my business owners, they don't want to figure this out on their own. So there's an extra expense. And the third one is that there is actual fees associated with filing a separate tax return for an S corporation. So kind of the general rule is if you are right around $50,000 in net income, it may make sense. Now, like I said, this is not for everybody, because if you know yourself and you're not willing to pay those extra expenses for some of those administrative fees, you can get into a bigger mess and it won't necessarily end up saving you more money. Know yourself. That's the number one thing that I will say. And if you don't keep your books, you don't know what your numbers are. I've had people convert too early. They say, yes, I'm going to be making these numbers, and then after all of their expenses, they're not there, and so they don't have that tax savings. The other thing to be aware of is there are extra compliance rules. You need to know about the payroll. You need to know how to calculate a reasonable compensation for you and make sure that gets reported on a W-2 every year. If you, again, know yourself well enough to know that this is all going to be too much for you, you're not going to do it, then it may not be the best fit for you. However, all of that being said, I love S corporations. I've had one myself for 24 years now, and we have saved, honestly, I was trying to calculate it the other day. I think it's well over $250,000 just in self-employment tax alone. It's made a huge difference in our financial situation. It's allowed us to do some of the things that we want to in our life instead of paying it all to taxes. Have we paid our fair share? Yes. Have I paid a salary? Yes. Like I say, you have to know the rules, but it can be very beneficial. So that's kind of a quick breakdown. You've got to know you've got administrative fees, and you've got to know the deadlines. You've got to be aware of compliance rules. And when you can check all those boxes to say yes, then I highly encourage you to set one up. If you'd like to learn all the details, all the ins and outs, the specifics, know your due dates, know how to form an S corporation, what's involved, I'd love for you to catch me in the Tax Savvy Mentorship. This is where I'm helping small business owners just learn all things about running their business, everything from accounting, bookkeeping, tax compliance, tax strategy, moving on to wealth building. It's a place for entrepreneurs to just learn all these things in one place. So catch that link down below for the Tax Savvy Mentorship, and hope to see you there.